So I'm going to take 50 grams of butter. There we are. Some thyme. I should say thyme leaves. Don't put the stalks in, please. You don't want the stalks. If you want, you can use dried thyme for this. Perfectly all right. Perfectly acceptable. So I'm going to cook these shallots off. I'm going to cook this in quite a lot of butter. There we go. Now, soften it a little bit, but I'm also putting in the chicken livers as well. So I'm really cooking them off, but not cooking them off so they're too browned or too... I'm almost braising them a little bit. Don't touch. Bring it on a medium heat. Leave it. I'm going to also pop in the garlic as well. It's all going to be purees. So, see? So I'm not browning them, I'm just sort of slightly cooking them. Right, I'm just going to cook this off on a low heat, just so it gets cooked inside a bit, but not too much. It'll still be pink when it's inside. I'm also going to season it off as well. So basically, I'm also going to put a pepper in there. I'm going to put a very expensive bit of cognac in here. That's all I'm going to put in because I'm mean, because it's too good. Now we're going to just take this, it's nearly cooked. You can see it's got the pinkness still slightly, which I want, but just leave it for a couple more minutes. Liquidy. So I'm going to take this cold butter, bung it in there. So we're going to take this now with all the deliciousness going on. This is where it gets interesting. I'm just going to turn it on. Now, we've got that. There we are. I'm going to try and get this butter sort of melted. But it's going to be a bit, not rough, but it won't be as smooth as perfect. But I want it to have a texture. Now, if you can see, there's the texture. Oh, it's delicious. Now, you don't need an awful lot. It actually doesn't look very appetizing, but it is. Now, I'm going to try and flatten it because it's really important to flatten. I'm going to make some clarified butter to put on the top. And what I'm doing is I'm heating it up really slowly, so I leave the milky residue on the bottom, and I'm only using that for the top. So it's much nicer to eat than if you're using it with the milky residue. So what I think I'm going to do is pop this in the fridge for a moment, just to get really cold. So let's get that in the fridge. Perfect, thank you. With a spoon, try to get rid of as much salty residue as you can. It's literally just the endless pursuit of perfection. Now, all I'm going to do is take my clarified butter, get rid of that. Just spread a thin layer of the clarified butter over the pate. Now we're going to pop that in the fridge. And hey presto, 4 hours later, it's a perfect country pate. That's delicious, look at that. I would serve this with hot toast. And there's nothing that could be nicer with it. Yummy.